Rio has formally charged Ryan Lochte with filing a false police report. And as a result of these charges, if he's found guilty, he could face up to 18 months behind bars. And he could be extradited to Rio in order to serve that sentence. Now, after evidence revealed that the 4 swimmers were not pulled over and were instead involved in an altercation with armed security guards at a Rio gas station who accused them of vandalizing a bathroom, Lochte retracted his claim, saying he over-exaggerated parts of the story. Now, the original story that he told the media was that he and his friends got pulled over by men pretending to be cops, and then they got robbed at gunpoint. That did not happen. They actually just vandalized a police station and had to deal with security guards that were pretty upset about what happened.
Vandalized a gas station.
I'm sorry. Yes, gas station. What did I say?
Police station.
Oh, sorry.
Believe me, they would have been in bigger trouble.
Yeah.
So look, now we know he's a liar, and so the cops were right in Brazil, and et cetera. So I think the interesting part of this story is, should he go back? Okay, will he go back? Hell no. Of course he won't go back. And I doubt. Could you imagine the U.S. government like arrests him and sends him back to Brazil
because he vandalized a gas station?
They're not going to do that. Okay.
Did you see what he did to that hand soap dispenser? Get him back.
No, the bigger. By the way, the bigger crime is filing a false robbery report, and it has a maximum sentence of 18 months in prison. Okay.
Oh.
He's not going to go to prison.
He's not going to go to prison.
No.
He's not going back.
And you
the
know
US
why?
is not going to extradite him.
Because he's a gold medalist. That's right. And he didn't lie. He's got 12 medals. He's 12. He's second behind Michael Phelps. There's no way he did this.
Because if you're successful, you obviously are innocent.
I mean, first of all, you know, the fact that he over-exaggerated, like, I love that expression. I think even Don King would be like, that was a good one. Over-exaggerated? I never over-exaggerated. But you know, you're right. He is an Olympic medalist and this and that. But he's just dumb.
Yeah.
He's dumb.
Yes.
And here's the thing.
Yeah.
He's lost all his endorsement deals. You're a 32-year-old swimmer. What do you do? There's nothing left for him to do. Like you lost the Speedo endorsement.
Yes.
If you're a swimmer and Speedo won't back you, he needs to be nice to gas stations because he's going to be working at one.
That's actually a really great point. So he is going to be on Dancing with the Stars. So he has that to look forward to.
He might be. They might say, we don't want the heat.
Nah,
they'll probably take the
They
heat.
took Tom DeLay.
Yeah.
This guy's a felon.
Oh, yeah, good point. But what do, athletes who screw things up and then lose their endorsement deals do after their athletic career is over?
Well, they get sometimes in a lot of trouble, and sometimes, because it's the same thing. Now I'm going to way overboard here, but I'll use an extreme analogy like Zimmerman, right? Got to get that spotlight back. I got to somehow, and that's why George Zimmerman keeps getting himself in trouble because he's like, why won't people pay attention to me? I love the attention. And so some swimmers and athletes who, after they get in the spotlight, retire and move on to business and have wonderful lives. And I bet the majority of them are that way. But knuckleheads like Lochte, who are like, I got to be in the spotlight. By the way, if you're wondering why we think he's so dumb, it's not just because of this.
It's because he's dumb.
Yeah.
Just watch some interviews he's done. He's really dumb.
Yeah, watch our first clip on him or any compilation of Lochte on air talking to other human beings. Okay, he's so unintelligent that I kind of feel bad making fun of him.
Yeah.
Like, it's like borderline,
But the other problem he has is Michael Phelps. And this is just bad luck. He was born at the wrong time. Like, you were born the same time as Michael Phelps. So you're never going to, like any other time, he'd have been the best swimmer in the world. But his whole life, he's up against the best. He's second best no matter what. And that has to be frustrating to him on a personal level. But now, I don't know. What do you think he does? What does Ryan Lochte do, assuming Dancing with the Stars doesn't pay off?
No, look, he's going to go reality show
For
to
sure,
reality
yes.
show and milk it for as long as he can until him and Flavor Flav are locked in a house somewhere in the jungle with no clothes on, right? Whatever that reality show is, right? And naked, afraid, alone with Flavor Flav, that's in Ryan Lochte's future.
The first guy to swim away from the island on Naked and Afraid. He was actually able to swim away from the island.
Okay, but the question that I started with is, what do we think is the proper punishment for this? I know that's a crazy question, and we're in U.S., that's Brazilian law, et cetera, but Should he have gone? Should he go to prison for this, for filing a false police report?
Look, I don't know. I don't know why I want to just like let it go, but I just feel like we should let it go. Like what he did was stupid.
He's a white medal winner.
Right. I don't
That's
think
true. He really succeeded in swimming, and so since he's a successful swimmer, we should let him go.
I don't think
that's
you
not the
can let
reason.
it go because, you know, a lot of the world hates the United States, right?
Mm-hmm.
Because of our arrogance and because of our excellence in these sports. And it is kind of a slap in the face to Brazil to say, yeah, our guy can trash your gas station and lie about you and the hell with you. So I think the Olympic Committee or the swim committee, some point at some level of that hierarchy, has to make an official apology, maybe pay some money, maybe buy a swimming pool or rebuild a gas station. There has to be something. And maybe, well, they literally took money from him. Like there's a certain amount of money you're supposed to get for winning the medal and all. They took all that money away. So maybe that money should be taken from him and donated directly to Brazil.
I like that.
You have to apologize somehow because the U.S. comes across as the big bully, and the arrogance to allow one of our Olympic members to go to another country, trash them, and walk away, you know, sneak out of the country and then over-exaggerate.
It's a good thing that our, you know, presidential candidates are, you know, gonna do something about that really negative image that people have of Americans. You know?
Yeah, well, they're making us look.
Now, do we apologize for this before apologizing for the banana wars or after? Which is the...
Oh, way before, way before. This is still hot.
Okay.
So I got it. I like that we came to a conclusion on this, or at least I did, based on what you guys were saying. Ryan Lochte goes back and does a month of community service in Brazil, and it would actually help his PR tremendously.
Yes.
One, he'd be back in the spotlight. Two, he'd be doing the right thing, and a story of redemption comes out of that. It helps Brazil. There's some sort of justice there.
They make a movie out of all the stuff he learned by being with the poor people with
Right.
no plumbing.
And instead of putting him in prison, but he goes and helps poor people in Brazil. Oh, come on.
Do
I have to write the movie for
this
you?
is genius, Jack. We should produce this.
And he can go back for a month and then over-exaggerate and say he went back for 2.
Yes. I say we do an Indiegogo. We do this.
TYT's been on the air for a really long time. So if you're interested in watching old school clips and our reactions to it, become a member and watch TYT Classics. TYTnetwork.com/join.